to the mic and
can
introduce
speak
yourself.
loud.
That'd be great.
I live in New Fairfield. I'm a business owner. I own 2 small businesses, and looking at page 14, I'm an S corporation. Basically, this is why I can't do business in Connecticut. Every time I come to town hall meetings, you always discuss large corporations leaving the state. What about small business owners? How did Union Carbide do for Danbury when it left? I wasn't here in the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure exactly when they left. I know Danbury went through a really tough economic time, but it was a small business owner that stayed and worked real hard to keep Danbury where it is today. We always talk about large companies leaving. What about the small business person? I employ 7 people, but my business is on Long Island. I drive from New Fairfield to Long Island every day because I can't do business in this state. That list kills my S corporation.
Sorry, people might not be able to hear you.
What would you do to help these kids that come out of college? They're not going to find a job.
Yeah, let me take a first stab and then we'll pass around. First, I think you're entirely right. The focus of Governor Malloy has been, you may have heard about his first 5. He's given out over $300 million to multinational corporations. The most egregious of which is $115 million that's going to the largest hedge fund in the world. The gentleman who owns the hedge fund, brilliant businessman, I'm happy he's in Connecticut, is worth $12.5 billion. And they're getting that $115 million to move from Westport, Connecticut to Stamford, about 11 miles down the road. And most of the money he's given out to large corporations has been to move from one town in Connecticut to another. It doesn't make any sense.
It's taking money in one pocket, putting it in the other.
Absolutely.
What does it do? It doesn't do anything.
And when we had a fall special session where Republicans were invited into the room and passed a jobs package, which had things in there, speaking for myself, that I didn't love, but as a compromise we agreed to. There were about 25 separate initiatives in that package, 17 of which came recommended from House and Senate Republicans. And all 17 of our recommendations dealt with small businesses. Because at least 2/3, sometimes as high as 75%, of all the new jobs that are created in the state are created by people just like you.
And isn't Danbury one of the largest sales tax revenue generator for the state of Connecticut?
Danbury, thanks for bringing that up. We're actually the largest between
Okay.
the car dealers and the Danbury Fair Mall.
So we don't have like skyscrapers like Hartford, large corporations. We have small businesses and we're beating large cities.
Big time, yeah.
I think they should look at that. And then we talk about the budget. We always talk about cutting it, raising it. How about we just freeze it for a couple of years and try working on it? I'd gladly love to come to Hartford and show you how I run my business. I run a small business. I'm successful. I met you in New Fairfield a couple of years ago. I started in 2008. I was suffering. I opened my second store in 2010. I could have 10 right now. My biggest problem is finding people that want to work, because I start at 4 in the morning. I don't get home till 7 at night. I ask people just to show up at 6:30. I don't wake up till 9. That's a problem. That is a problem. There's a major problem in society today. I've had 10 business propositions offered to me. Just take it. I want you to run it. I can't. I can't find people that want to work. Why? Because they're ashamed because I flip burgers? I have a degree in engineering. I flip burgers for a living. I love it. I enjoy it. I work Monday through Friday, no weekends, and all my holidays I'm closed. People, for some reason, are ashamed of what they do for a living. Why? I don't know. I don't understand. What's the big deal? I enjoy it. I enjoy 2 things in my life. I used to fix cars for a living. I had to get out of the business. So I spoke to my wife. There's 2 things I like to do. I like to fix cars and eat food. So I went into the food business. And I'm pretty successful. But that's the problem. You're hurting small business people like me that want to grow. Because I'll hire more people. I will grow. I will take the risk because Governor Malloy does not know how to create a job. I took a risk. I mortgaged my house to open a business. And I have to answer to my wife every day, are you paying off the note? Yes, I am. And when I first opened my business, I had a jobs plan where I pay off the note in 20 years. Well, I'm doing it in 6, and I have 4 years behind me already. We have problems in this state, and I'm doing business out of state. I could be doing it here, but I chose the less of two evils, and I went to New York. We need to help small businesses, not these large corporations. When they decide to leave, 6,000 people lose their jobs. Yes, they're great, they help the community, but it's the small business owner that when the large corporation leaves, we still stay in our community. We love our community, we help our community. We're the ones who are being hurt, not these large corporations. It's all about money and shareholders. My shareholder is my wife, not some guy that calls me up and says you had a bad month. I deal with it. And we need to help small business owners. Two of the biggest things that hurt me, payroll taxes and unemployment insurance. I've never been unemployed in my life, but I have to pay for it. I don't understand why. And then as a business owner in an S-Corp, if I get hurt, I don't get disability benefits. I'm on my own. But I don't ask for help. I just go to sleep, wake up, go to work, and take care of my family. There's a problem with society today. And then later I have something that I want to say about what's going on in the state, about gun control. I'm not going to take sides. I'm not going to say that, I'm for guns, for the Constitution. It's just the direction of this country and the way it's going. Thank you.
Thank you. You raised the cost of payroll, and one of the other problems that we have that we're dealing with today is workman's compensation insurance in Connecticut. And there's a proposal on the table right now that seems to have a wide support in the majority party that could conceivably add another 11% to the workman's comp premium in Connecticut. And we're already the second highest in the country. So when you hear us talking about those things, I hope that you'll stand up again and be loud and clear.
No, I always
that's not a
will.
good idea.
Ever since I've met Palin Smith, I've been very vocal because I go to town hall meetings and I always look around. It's always seniors. I've never seen anyone in my age group from anywhere from 25 to 45. I'm 40 years old, but I never see that. It's always seniors that come to these meetings. Because I ask people my age, why don't you go? Dancing with the Stars is on. That's more important to them. We have a problem today if that's what they feel is more important. And then they want to bitch and complain that their paycheck got smaller. I don't feel sorry for them.
Well, Liz, I wanted to thank you for coming tonight and